Huh?
Hello and welcome to Talking with Famous People. My name is host Eric, and in the house right now on the phone we have a very special guest, a type I don't get to talk to that often, a self-identified ISFP. That would be a cognitive function stack of FI, SE, NITE, and welcome ISFP. Can you tell me your name?
Katie.
Hi, Katie. As I indicated, my name is host Eric. So I would like to know how your experience of this personality type is. But before I start asking you questions about that, can I get some sense of your level of knowledge about typing stuff? Like, do you know a lot about your type, what it's supposed to be like? Do you know about cognitive functions? Can you tell me a bit about that?
Know about my type. I can't, the function thing, the cognitive functions and stuff, that confuses me.
Okay. Well, one of the things that model says is that your basic operating way of operating in the world is that you really automatically know how you feel about people, things, situations, and circumstances.
Yeah.
Do you feel as though you could easily describe how you feel about the respective elements that exist in your life right now? I mean, are you capable? I'm not asking you to do so. I'm just saying, do you have a clear understanding of how you feel about different things in your life? Like how you feel about your mom, how you feel about that person you don't like, and why you feel that way?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do right now. For now, anyways.
Do you know how you're going to feel in 6 months?
Do I know how I'm going to feel or how I want to feel?
How you're going to feel?
No.
Do you know how you want to feel in 6 months?
Yeah.
Do you know which behaviors make that more likely or less likely?
Yeah.
Do you pursue behaviors that you think are going to make you happier 6 months from now, or behavior you think are going to make you happier now?
God, I live a lot in the moment. I'm trying to not do that so much and live more plan ahead or whatever that people do.
Why is it that you feel that that's important? You're not the first ISFP who's told me that they think that's important.
To plan ahead?
Like, I've heard from several ISFPs that sentence very much like what you're saying. Well, I'm trying to be more like...
Because we get distracted by birds and butterflies and leaves, and we don't get anything done. So if you don't make a kind of a set timeline plan, then you're just going to be staring at the leaves every day and not get anything done. But you'll be just as happy, I guess, staring at the leaves.
Do you experience boredom?
Yeah. Not.
What do you do when you're bored? What do you do when you're bored? If you're experiencing that feeling of boredom?
Paint.
What do you feel when you're painting? Do you try to paint your feelings?
Sometimes.
What do they look like?
Well, when I'm mad, a lot of times nothing comes out but a whole bunch of just paint splatter. So, and then there's the Bob Ross style and happy little clouds and happy little trees.
Do you have visual ideas in your head that go along with certain emotions? Do you have audios that go along with certain emotions? Do you have anything that's not the emotion itself as a representative sort of symbol or correlate of that emotion?
I don't know if I quite understand that question.
It's okay. I don't understand. It may be a bad question because I don't know if it's possible to have that. What I'm asking is if, look, I know there's a note called A. It's 440 frequency is its number, and it's a musical note called A. I have a symbol for it. The musical note A. It represents the thing, right? But what I'm asking you is, do you have something like that for your emotions that you use to think about your emotions?
No, a lot of that's just feeling, which I suppose that's kind of hard to describe.
Right. Okay, well, let's go.
Then you're an ENTP, right? Duh. You don't have much of that. So,
you noticed.
I've tried describing a feeling before, and it's just like, it's, okay. It's like a scratch. If you get a scratch and it hurts, you feel that. Emotions are feelings for me. Okay, I feel them on the inside, whatever. It's weird.
Okay, so do you hang out with a lot, work with or work for an ENTP?
Work for?
Do you like hang out with a lot, or work for, or work with, or some other relationship where you spend a lot of time with an ENTP?
He's the one who jumped in the background the first time.
Yeah, okay. I'm the one that was popped my head in, and you said hello.
It was confusing.
All right, so you have close familiarity with an ENTP, namely Taylor, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So is this something you've observed in him? And when you're talking to me, do you observe the same trait in me, or is it something that he's told you, like, oh, I don't? Did you figure out by miscommunication, or did you already know that he wasn't really super in tune with his feelings necessarily at all times?
It took, I don't know.
What was the question?
Did you learn that?
You don't have...
Did you learn that because you knew it from your own feelings, or did you learn it through making mistakes with each other in communication, and then you go, "Oh, I see what's going on here"? I learned
that I wasn't very in tune with my own feelings by like feelers like her going, "Why? What's wrong with you?"
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying to get her to answer is how she came to determine that you have a different relationship with your feelings than she has with her own.
I think. Wait, that I'm a big ball of mush?
Yeah, when did you realize that?
Wait, is that what you asked, or when I realized that he didn't have any feelings?
Yeah, I want to know how you realized he didn't have feelings.
Oh, that took some time. Well, now the thing is you guys have feelings, they're just different.
We do have feelings. I have strong feelings. They're just not like...
Yeah.
They just come out in little bursts. They just little bursts.
They're so different.
So do you feel things on an ongoing basis? Like, if you're sad at this moment, does that sadness persist until the issue that causes the sadness resolves?
No, you usually just got to push it out of your head. It'll either resolve, or you're sad about something that doesn't... There's not really anything you can do at the time.
What other emotions do you have besides sad and happy and afraid and angry?
Wait, what were they? Happy, sad, afraid, and angry?
Yeah, what other emotions do you have?
Is that horny? Yeah.
Horny? Is horny an emotion?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Okay, I know what that emotion is. I'm familiar with that emotion.
Yeah, you guys are very familiar with that. Yeah, you guys got a couple. You guys are hard at caring.
We're hard at caring properly. Okay, explain that. What does it mean to care properly? And give me an example of how one fails to care properly.
You get really, really mad. You don't ever really say that you care about the person. Because when a person does something stupid or something, you get really mad at them, and they're not, like, understanding what the hell's going on, and it took me figuring out it was because the other person cared to even, like, be mad at me. Does that make any sense?
So, you're saying somebody is, that the other person, that the ENTP gets angry because there's some point of dispute that they feel as though you're not being fair about in some way, right?
Probably that you're being stupid would be more of the correct term for you guys.
Can you give me a more precise, as an example of what would constitute something that's being stupid to make an ENTP angry?
You guys get mad about everything.
Do we? Really?
Well,
it's not real anger. It's not real
Attack.
anger. It's not anger. That's not anger, though.
Okay. Well, it seems angry.
It's
It's
So
flourish.
they're not motivated.
It's flourish.
it's
It's
what?
flare. It's flare. It's flare and flourish. That's what it is.
She's not motivated by like me challenging her to rise to an occasion. Does that make sense?
There are two kinds of people in the world: those who need a kick in the ass and those who need a pat on the back. ENTPs need a pat on the back. ENTPs need a pat on the back. What do ISFPs need?
A pat on the back.
What's your name again? I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Katie.
Katie. Okay, so ISFPs, she's saying, famous person Katie here is saying she needs a pat on the back. Famous person Taylor seems to be saying she needs a kick in the ass. Am I correct?
Well, I try to kick her in the ass, and then she doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, at least your foot gets exercise.
Doesn't really, just gets banged up.
Okay. So, do you pat her on the back instead? Did the pats on the back work, or have you refused to try that yet?
Meh.
He's done it some. It doesn't come natural with him. And
Katie, I want to tell you something. Hey, you're doing a fantastic job of whatever it is you're doing. And you're a very special person. There's nothing wrong with you. I encourage you to continue all of the things you do that are currently successful and persist in them to attain your true enlightened self, in which you explode into a ball of light and become nirvana itself.
thank you.
Sure, no problem.
That's a pat on the back.
Doing a great job, Katie.
You just trumped me like 3 years of motivation there.
Your motivation is not motivational. It's demotivational. If you're busting chops all the time, this is the thing. I tell my kids this at work, and not that I'm not saying the relationship's comparable, but on a side note that's not comparable relationship, I tell them it works. If I'm having to yell at you, then I'm mad at you because I'm having to yell at you.
I have heard those words.
Just
before.
make it such that I don't have to yell at you anymore. That's it. You act like I want to be yelling at you. If you would stop fucking failing, I wouldn't be yelling at you. You know? Like that. That's kind of demotivational, but it actually works fine because it just puts the ball in everybody's court where it belongs. I don't want to be responsible for your shit. Right? Does that sound like words that Taylor says to you, or what? I don't know.
Oh my god! Like word for word.
We do have similar brain. We have similar network topologies, probably, according to the articles we just read. It probably has to do with our network topologies. Okay, so how do you usually respond to that?
I don't know. I cry. I cry a lot.
I bet that works. That works, huh? It works every time, I bet. Does he get mad? Does he get mad at the unfair strategy of crying?
No, because it's not really unfair. I just,
It's so unfair. It is so unfair.
It's a cop-out.
It's not a strategy. He looks freaked out anytime I usually cry. Like, oh shit.
Right. Well,
I don't understand this.
We don't like to have to bear witness to the suffering we cause. It's perfectly reasonable that we ask those we cause suffering to suffer away from us so we don't have to see it. We're nice people, after all.
Yes, you are.
Okay, anybody in the room have any questions they'd like to ask? Our guest ISFP Katie, famous person Katie here. I'd love to have anybody chime in.
I'd like to comment.
Go ahead.
I'm Megabro, an INTJ. Functionally, the way we think is very similar. We're both introverted gamma quadra. You'd have to know about socionics for that. But you know how you want to plan things? That's the way I think.
Uh-huh.
What you want to be doing, planning.
Yeah.
That's
Concrete instructions leading to a clearly defined and achievable goal.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm that side of you, and you're a side of me.
Like the rare side.
The pony side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the side of me that loves art and music and stuff.
Oh. Well, then everybody kind of have that part.
Well,
Not the way we do. Not as much.
for some of us, it's aspirational in a way that I think it's not for ISFPs. I think ISFPs, I would guess, and you can disagree with me if this is not the case, but I would guess that you don't have trouble making the leap. So when you're watching a movie or something, you're lost in the story of the movie completely. You're not probably spending a lot of time doing abstract analysis while you're watching it. And I would guess also that Megabro attempts, when he's experiencing, and Megabro, please correct me if I'm wrong, when he's experiencing art and stuff, to have that immersive experience that removes it from abstraction. Is that correct or not?
That's pretty close, yeah. Although it does end up working into my abstractions.
Yeah, unavoidably, yeah. I seek that immersive experience through music. That's the only way I can still have it, since I don't have a woman. The other way you can have immersive experience, of course, is during sexual intercourse. It's fairly immersive. But, and sleep's another immersive experience. But I can't have immersive experiences in movies anymore for some reason, or watching anything. I'm always analyzing it.
Really?
All right. Other comments? Questions? James says, nearly all internet forums are dominated by INTJs. You can tell by when people link to the tests and threads. And who else says something here?
I don't know if any other ISFPs like benzos.
Yeah, ISFPs don't participate in internet. Like, have you ever been in a flame war? Famous person, Katie.
A what?
A flame war.
A flame war?
Yeah, where you go back and forth with another internet commenter trying to insult each other and say how your reasoning is terrible.
No.
Does it sound like fun?
No.
It doesn't?
No.
Well, how
I
about
don't
this?
like
How about
conflict.
you go to, yeah, you don't like conflict, I bet. How about a hot springs? Does that sound like fun? Go to hot springs, sit in the hot springs, and bring like a 12-pack beer? Does that sound fun?
Yeah.
That's ISFP fun right there. That's some serious ISFP fun. Let's go to the hot springs. Let's stay at the little spa place at the hot springs. Let's go to the hot springs, sit in the hot springs, let's get massages, then let's go back to the room and have silent sex.
Not silent.
Okay, let's have non-verbal sex. Sorry. The noises aren't words. The noises aren't words. So,
I don't like complete silence.
right, but maybe this is false. Maybe this is a false stereotype. My stereotype is that ISFPs don't view sexual intercourse as a narrative process.
They don't what?
They don't view sexual intercourse as a narrative process.
That's useful.
It means it's not about the story being told here in words.
It's just okay.
But regardless,
What?
let's move on. Any other persons in the room want to ask her any ISFP questions? I want to move down the cognitive function stack. I asked initially about the FI. Let me move down to SE. Now, you say you struggle a little bit in terms of wanting to plan more. Do you struggle in terms of doing something that is planned? Like, oh, I know clearly today I have a plan at 12 noon. I am going to take this letter to the post office. I'm going to put it in the mailbox at the post office. I have to buy a special kind of stamp for it for whatever reason, and I'm going to come back home.
I procrastinate.
You procrastinate. Interesting.
Yeah.
So that is a quality of ISFP that they're not very dewy. They're not very Jewish. But it seems odd to me because SE is their second function, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's right. So, anybody want to comment on why that might be the case? This is not the first ISFP I've talked to who's indicated this sort of content just being pleasured in various ways or expressing themselves, alternating between being pleasured and expressing non-abstractly.
I'm not a doer because I don't like to. I don't know if that's the I or what the hell it is. I don't like going in front of people. I'm awkward.
Well,
to go to the doctor's office, to go to the post office or whatever, and bump into even someone I know, I can be very awkward if I don't want to see you or talk to you.
Which of the following sentences are you more likely to say? I hope Joe didn't think I meant, or I hope that wasn't mean what I said to Joe.
I don't know.
Okay.
What was the second one?
Okay, the first one is, I hope Joe didn't misunderstand me and think I meant something mean, versus, I hope that wasn't mean what I said to Joe.
Probably the second one. I used that. That used to be actually quite a big worry of mine. The first one, a lot, but now I don't really give a shit.
So you used to worry about being misunderstood a lot?
Yeah.
And did you have reason to think you were being misunderstood a lot?
No, I think that was more of a self-confidence thing.
Okay.
Confident in my own wording on stuff.
Do you have a clear sense of your own identity, who you are, what it means to be authentically you?
I'm getting there.
To be more authentically yourself, would you A, be more expressive, creative, B, be more accepting of your own choices to be unproductive, C, be more conventionally productive according to other people's external expectations, or D, something else? So that's A, be more expressive, B, be more accepting of your own nature, C, be more like what people expect you to be, or D, something else?
B.
You said B?
B. The second one you said.
The second one. Okay, so be more accepting of your own nature. So not bust your own chops for doing what you want to do. Right?
Yeah.
I agree with you that that's important. It's important for us to learn to not bust our own chops about doing what we want to do. When we do that, if it's legitimate what we want to do, and we understand what we actually want and what makes us happy and what doesn't, without considering those external considerations, then, at the end of the day, it's our duty as moral agents to embrace our natures and do so unapologetically.
Well, yeah, especially after figuring out, this typing thing has been fun, because figuring out what type I was, hell, that was a helpful journey anyway. But then after figuring that out and more, except figuring out who I was, it makes it where I can make me a better me. And that's good for everybody.
Now, I've read and posited that it's true, and I'll see if you confirm this or not, that when dating, if you want to get an ISFP, you have to go through a stage of denying yourself to them, of saying, like, I'm not so sure about this. This may be not really a good thing. And then they'll come conquer you. Is that true?
Oh, it sounds right. Yeah. It's that. it kind of brings out that did not, like, oh, really? I don't know how to explain that.
Well, it makes you guys
Weak.
that's annoying. Let me just say that. That's pretty annoying. But I mean, it's fine. It's like if you're, it's not annoying. It's like great if you're trying to prey upon ISFPs. You go, oh, I know this trick is going to work all the time. But
you guys prey upon everything.
I prey upon nothing. I don't prey upon anybody. I'm not out there trying to.
You guys have the look in your eye. You can't take it away.
Okay, well, when look, if you are an ENTP's woman and he gets hungry, I understand. Then of course, yeah, like any other relationship, right? Like any man. But what I'm saying is, in general, ENTPs are not out there trying to slay the puss. You know, it's like I'm trying to find ideally a settled relationship, not go conquering, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Any other thoughts? Other questions? Okay, well, thank you very much for visiting with us today, Katie. I am always very happy to take the opportunity to confirm, learn more, and generally get a better feel for each of the different types. And I don't have a lot of opportunity to talk to ISFPs. They're not particularly talkative. In general, an ISFP is not going to go, ooh, talk to me. I want to talk. They're going to be like...
Really? Because I kind of was, but I knew you were an ENTP.
You were like that, huh? You want to talk? Tell me more. Talk all you want. Katie, I'll get out of your way.
Well, I probably ran out of things to talk about now, but I was kind of like, ooh, I want to talk to him.
Well, what do you...
Tell me. I saw you online and stuff.
What do you want to say? You're welcome to come anytime back. You're welcome back anytime, but think of something that you wanted to say that you forgot to say.
Oh, I guess this is one thing, like with how I was talking about, like, I could plan ahead or whatever. I would like to be able to do that. I don't know if this is any correlation. Like, at my job, like, to self-discipline myself and get all my work done, I don't always do that. But if I go down the list, there's a list. I won't make the list, but there's already a list made. If I go down the list, I'll get it done. Someone else has got to make me the list, and I'll do it. I mean, I might think about making the list, but I'm not going to make the list. Like, I don't make lists.
That's because the cognitive function model says that's because you have extroverted thinking, which is that list protocol thing where you have a set of steps that you follow to accomplish a goal. That's called extroverted thinking. And that's in your fourth conscious slot. So because you lead with introverted feeling, that's your main nature, it means that when you are when it's time to turn to thinking to solve problems, you turn to extroverted thinking, but because it's in your fourth slot, you find it uncomfortable and a hassle, and you'd really rather leave it up to somebody else to handle that shit. Just like I want to have a woman come in and be my mom, basically, and take care of all this shit, and like clean this place up and like remind me of stuff, and make me be more normal or something. Just because I want that, you want the opposite. You want boss guy who's cares, who's kind, but who also gives you very clear instructions so that you don't have to worry about whether or not this thing makes sense. You follow the instructions. That's what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear another goddamn word about it. I wasn't supposed to figure it out. You're supposed to be figuring this shit out. I'm supposed to follow these instructions. You gave them to me. It's your fault.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Yeah. Then again, I don't like having a boss either, so, I mean, it just all kind of...
Who does, right?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about? I want to make sure you get to voice anything you'd like to discuss. I'd be happy to discuss it.
Not anything I can think of now. I'm sure we'll talk again.
Yeah, you're welcome back anytime, obviously. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you at home for watching this very exciting and fulfilling, educational, and enlightening episode of Talking with Famous People.